So we managed to get the win. Like, I didn't think we would win, to be honest with you. I admit that. I thought we'd lose 2-1. But today was about confidence if we could get the win. I didn't really care about the result. If we would have went out, we would have went out. But I wanted us to have a good performance. And I think we kind of got that. It was a bit of a smash and grab today. I think the way Solskjaer set us out, it stifled Chelsea. Chelsea were poor in the first half, really, really poor in the first half. And I looked at their team sheet, and to be honest, I hardly recognised some of the names on there. I'd never even heard of them. So there were some real youth players on there, players who don't even normally get on their bench. So Chelsea had a severely weakened team. I was quite surprised with how many changes that Frank Lampard did make. I said before the game, I tweeted, as soon as I saw the lineup, I thought that's a really good lineup. People were saying to me, oh, why are you so happy with the lineup? You know, it's this, it's that. And then I thought, you know what? When you actually do look at it, maybe Solskjaer's not playing as much as the youth as he says he was going to play. I was pleased to see Brandon Williams in there. I was pleased to see Maguire start, 'cause I would have started him, but I would have started maybe him or Lindelof. I wouldn't have maybe played both. And I was pleased to see Martial on the bench, really, to be honest with you, because I think another injury to him and would just be ruined. I think he played it right, and I didn't mind going with the five at the back. Like I said, I think we stifled Chelsea. They didn't really have any penetration. Chelsea, it's like they had a lot of the ball, but absolutely no penetration. So for me, I thought he was quite comfortable. And Daniel James, again, look, Rance talks a lot about moments players. Whenever Daniel James does get the ball, even if he looks a bit quiet, he becomes a threat, especially when he picks it up in the final third. And that's what he did. He went at Marcus Alonso and gets the penalty. And Rashford, look, he had quite a quiet first half, to be fair to him, but he stuck that away. My heart was in my mouth, especially after the shenanigans at Norwich, especially obviously missing 2 penalties in a row. I wasn't sure how that was going to turn out. So we're going 1-0, and one thing I did say is that Chelsea were going to come out. They were going to come out at us. They were not going to play as badly as they did in the first half. And that's what we saw. We saw the momentum start to shift. We saw Chelsea start to grow into the game, starting to create little chances, and we were a little bit sloppy. And I'm not going to say that I could feel the Chelsea goal coming, but you could certainly see that the pressure was increasing. And I'm looking at the bench, I'm looking at Ollie thinking, how are you going to react to this? You know, are you going to change it to a 4? Are you going to go 4-3-3 with what you've got? Or are you going to make the change to make it that? It just so happens that Maguire, he was at fault for that goal. I think he missed his header, and he was, you know, playing catch-up to Batshuayi, and we couldn't get across. And he actually scored a good goal, Batshuayi. And then he made the changes. Then he went with the 3 up front and brought on Martial and went with Rashford, James and Martial. And I think we looked a better outfit there. I really do. I feel that once we started to do that, we started to open Chelsea up, we started to come into the game. Then Rashford gets a free kick. I'm next to Rance, I'm near the corner flag, up on the top. And I'm going, right, I'm going to get ready to catch this because it's not going to go in. It's just not. 1 out of 50 is not bad, do you know what I mean? I mean, he sticks it in the top. He sticks it in the top bins. How does he score that? I mean, unbelievable. Maybe that's why Ollie's kept him on them so long. I'm just as surprised as a next man, as a next woman. That went in. Fantastic free kick. I've seen it back and it was right in the top corner. It must have been best part of 35 yards. I thought absolutely no chance. And then it was about game management, seeing the game out. I mean, Chelsea brought on the big guns. They brought on Pedro, Mason Mount, Abraham, which I thought they would. And I thought, actually, what would happen when they do that? Would we start to wilter? And we didn't. We did really well. I've got to give a big shout out to McTominay, because Rashford will get the plaudits because he's got the winning goal. He scored a penalty. He scored 2 goals, which as a striker, he's done his job. McTominay was absolutely everywhere. He covered every blade of grass. He picked up an early yellow card as well, which is difficult, especially in a game like this at Stamford Bridge. He still kept putting it about. He still put his leg in. He still made crucial interceptions. What are you saying? You good? Yeah, I'm good. I'm happy, man. I'm happy. He still kept it. He still kept it strong, and he still kept it composed, and proved that it wasn't a head loss. He can be aggressive, but he can be contained within his aggressive nature, and I love that about him. Fred, I thought, was good as well. Yeah, he might have give the ball away a couple of times, but always snapping at people's heels, always looking to break up play and just be a nuisance. Brandon Williams, I thought, was good as well. He gave the ball away a couple of times, but there was a fantastic block he had, I think, in the second half. Where he had to save it, and then after that, I think a lot of Chelsea fans were calling for a handball. I couldn't see it from where I was, but yeah, I think he's growing into his role. So for me, smash and grab performance. It is still a bit of a concern that we're not creating a lot from open play, but you have to put that aside in our situation. We've been down in the dumps with our confidence absolutely shot. That's 3 away wins on the bounce for us. Partizan, Norwich and here, and we go on to Bournemouth in good confidence, regardless of whether we're creating chances or not. We're getting the job done, and I think for Ollie that was the biggest thing. The rut that he was getting himself into, the rut that we were stuck in as a team, it was about results. It didn't matter about the performance, and I think now, if we can keep this momentum going, I think we can start to see maybe a little bit of a turning point, hopefully, you know. So we roll on. My man of the match, Rashford should technically get it because he scored 2 goals, but I'm going to give it to Scott McTominay. I really do. I think he's having successive good games now. I think where we saw it in moments last season, we saw him get the nod in the pre-season when he played pretty much every game, and Ollie's like, "You're my guy." Matic he may as well just leave in January. Ollie doesn't fancy him, and McTominay's starting to puff his chest out and say, "I'm a Man United player, maybe future Man United captain." You know, I was his biggest critic when he first came in because I was like, what does he do? What's his forte? What's his specialities? But slowly he's starting to grow into that role, and slowly he's starting to show us what his attributes are, which I think is physicality. He's decent on the ball, breaking up play, just all-round generic midfield play, and he's chipped in with a couple of goals as well. So my man of the match is Scott McTominay. We go again to Bournemouth because really, away from this was fantastic. We didn't expect it. It's a bit of a smash and grab, but the bigger game is still Bournemouth. We have to win that game to really start building momentum. And on to the next round in the Carabao Cup. I don't know who we got yet. I don't know if the draw's been done yet. But hopefully we get a favourable draw at home because obviously, look, in Ollie's first full season, it'll be nice to get to a cup final. It'll be nice to go far in a cup competition. We're not going to have too much else to shout about. I know the Carabao Cup's not great and you can't celebrate too much if you win it, but it's still a cup. And like even Lampard said before, he said, a day out of Wembley should not be underestimated, and no, they wanted to beat us here today. We stuffed them 4-0, even though it shouldn't have been 4-0 at Old Trafford early in the season. This was a chance for them to get revenge, and they didn't. We managed to stay strong and do a bit of a smash and grab. My man of the match, Scott McTominay. Drop your views in the comments in the boxes below as to who your man of the match was. Peace. Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.